Welcome to the Pleasantville Garden Club show outside in your garden. I'm Gigi, and with me is Michael. And Michael, today I wore a flowered shirt in honor of our theme.
Yeah, but they're not roses. We're going to be doing roses today, Gigi.
But what are they then?
They're peonies, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, aren't peonies in the rose family?
Yeah, you got me there. Peonies are in the rose family, that's right. Anyway, we're here at Dory Baldwin's with her beautiful roses. Aren't they fantastic, Gigi?
This is just one instance, and we're going to see a lot more, and I can't wait until we bring Dory on.
Yeah, so Dory, come and join us, please.
Good morning.
Hi, Dory.
Hi,
We're at your lovely garden. Come in the middle.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you for inviting us to your garden.
So
Happy to have you here.
What are these?
This is a shrub rose. It's a knockout rose, which is the signature flower of the Pleasantville Garden Club. It's a lovely rose.
It is a lovely rose,
doesn't
isn't it?
need a lot of maintenance, which is what I love. It doesn't get black spot. It's very easy to have in your garden.
And it's called a shrub rose because?
Because it isn't too tall. It gets 3, 4 feet, 5 feet normally.
Okay. But this is a very healthy one. It's pretty tall.
It's an old one. I've had it for many years.
And you've got a lot of lovely blooms on
But
it,
it gets
haven't
a
you?
lot of TLC.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And it's in a good spot.
And we're going to learn all about that TLC, aren't we, Gigi,
Yeah.
as we go around the back?
Right.
Roses like a lot of sun, 5 to 6 hours. And this is perfect for it right here.
Yeah. So let's go and look at some of your other ones as well, Dory.
So Dory, this is a beautiful rose. What is this one?
This is Sophie's rose. It's a David Austin rose. It's an English rose. And it's also a shrub.
Yeah, Dory, David Austin is, I think, my preferred rose to buy from. They're such good company. They
It's
really
a wonderful
are.
company.
And I have 5 of their roses in my garden. I just love
They have
David Austin
many,
roses.
many varieties.
But this
Yes.
one looks like an old one. It's got a really big trunk there, right?
It's been here a few years. It gets pruned quite a bit every end of in winter, spring.
And you also deadhead it?
I do more pruning on this one than deadheading.
Deadheading,
because it's got, as you can see, lots of buds. So it would be quite a job to deadhead each one.
Okay.
And plus it grows so tall, I don't want to get out of control. So I do pruning after the first bloom as well. Not as much as in the late winter, but I prune it also after the first bloom.
So you say there's a first bloom. Is there a second bloom?
There's one bloom. This is the first bloom.
Okay.
Right. But in the early winter, and the late winter, early spring, I prune it quite a bit.
You probably take
1/3
like
to 1/2.
1/3. Yeah, that's what I was going to
Wow.
say.
And so this has grown another third.
Oh yeah.
Just since, right.
It just takes off.
Yeah.
Takes
Yeah,
off. That's
it's
fabulous.
got-
And this one doesn't look like it's in full sun.
It is in the afternoon.
Okay.
It gets a lot of sun in the afternoon. Roses need 5 to 6 hours of good
Okay.
sun.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else you have to do? Fertilize it or anything?
Yes, I do fertilize it. I fertilize all my roses. I fertilize them once a month. If the rose is maybe not blooming as much in the prior year, the first feeding I give Epsom salts. And I tell that to all my garden friends, and it works wonders. I do that in April. I just put a handful around the roots and rake it into the soil. And then May 1st and every 1st of every month until August, I give them a feeding. I use a granular fertilizer. Some people use fish emulsion if you want more natural. And then after August 1st, after that feeding, I don't fertilize anymore because I don't want to promote root growth, plant growth as it gets into the fall and winter months.
Okay.
So that was really helpful, wasn't it,
Yeah.
Gigi?
Yeah, that was
that was
interesting.
very good to learn how to
Yeah.
fertilize our roses.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So let's see the next one, which
Yeah.
is one of your favorites, I think, isn't it? Or is this your favorite?
This is my favorite.
This is your
Okay.
favorite. Well, of course it is.
So, Dory, you have these amazing gloves on that look like they're going to protect you from the thorns.
I
So
think,
you could,
I think I need to get a pair of gloves like that.
That's why I put them on, to show everybody, if you have roses, it's a good idea to get a couple of these longer gloves. They're a little more protective because, as you know, roses have a lot of thorns.
so what kind of rose is this?
This is a hybrid tea rose, and a lot of people don't bother with them anymore because they need more care. But they're worth it because they get a single bloom on each stem. They're beautiful, wonderful to bring indoors. They have a nice scent, which some of the shrub roses don't. And they're just lovely roses, and it's nice to have a variety. in your
And what?
garden.
And you're going to what now?
Now I'm going to show you. These are roses that need to be deadheaded. Some roses in the shrub family don't have to be, but these ones do. It promotes more growth. And of course you want to pick them to bring them inside. So I'm going to show you how to deadhead a rose here. It's not a dead rose yet, but for purposes of our video, what you should do is look for a 5-leafed stem. And you prune just before the 5 leaves. So you just go right in here. This is the 5-leaf stem. And you just cut it right above, like that. And you pruned your rose. You deadheaded your rose.
And that will promote more growth
Promotes more growth.
this year or for next year?
This year, these bloom all summer.
Wow.
And the shrub rose that I had just showed you, Sophie's rose, that blooms again also, which is really nice. I like to, when I have flowers, I like to get value out of my work in the garden and have them bloom a lot.
So is this a secret to planting a rose?
No, it's not a secret. It's important, though, to kind of do a couple of things right. One is to have the right soil and plant it in the right area. As I mentioned, the sun is important. Also, roses need good drainage. They don't like wet feet. So plant it in an area that gets good drainage. Also not close to trees or other shrubs where they have to compete for the water, because roses love water. You want to put the right soil mix. Roses like a loamy soil. And you can mix your own. We have clay soil here, which they like. So take clay soil as well as some coarse sand and some compost. It could be dry, dehydrated manure, they love that, or just regular garden compost, and mix your soil. Dig a hole big enough for the root with a little extra to spare for room to grow. Deep enough so that you can plant the rose, deep enough to have the crown an inch below ground level. In our climate, we need to have it a little below ground, so when we get the severe frost, the rose will survive.
That's good advice.
For planting, you put the put some, after you have your hole dug, you put half of the dirt in the hole, and then you put your rose in first, and then put half of the dirt, and then you water the rose before you fill it in with the remaining soil. And after you refill it with the remaining soil, you water it again. It's really important for new roses to have lots of water. And so 2 or 3 times a week, the first few weeks, you're going to be giving them a little water. So
And then-
that's all there is to it.
So ain't no secret anymore.
No, and then you get this, right, Gigi?
Yeah,
Which is fabulous.
beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, let's go and look at another one.
Okay.
So Dory, we're here again, and we're next to one of your other lovely roses. What have you got here?
This is a hybrid tea rose. It's also a mini climber. And
Yeah.
it's a lovely shade. I have to say, it's a lovely shade of pink.
It is, and it has a fabulous fragrance, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. And we wanted to end the program by you telling us a little bit about how you control for some of the diseases, because roses are a little prone. I get a lot of black spot on some of mine.
What is black spot then? Is it on the leaves, and is it spots on the leaf?
Dory.
Black spot is, the leaves become yellow with black spots, and it's caused by poor circulation within the plant. After it rains, it's a water-based fungus, and it's hard to control, especially more in hybrid tea roses.
So I find one thing that helps is to open out the middle of the rose,
Yes.
because then you get more air circulation,
Yes.
right? But
Yes.
then there are other things that you can do for it, aren't there? I mean, you can
Yes,
buy
you
a
can.
fungicide, can't you?
Yes, you can buy a fungicide, or you can use, I'm a master gardener with Cornell Cooperative Extension, and on their website they have a natural control for this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's one tablespoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of horticultural oil, a tablespoon of dishwashing liquid, and a gallon of water. And you just spray it on once a week.
So that
needed.
actually is nice, isn't it? Because it's completely
It's natural.
natural.
Yes,
And I think
yes.
that's a good idea for roses. Dory, another thing we wanted to ask you was about watering. Can you tell us how you water your roses?
Yes, because we mentioned the black spot and plant diseases, it's important not to put water directly on the leaves as much as possible. So water with a soaker hose
Okay.
or an extension on your garden hose or watering wand to keep the water off the leaves as much as possible. They love water. So an inch a week is good. If it's not raining, you need to get out and give them a little water.
It's been pretty dry recently,
As
hasn't
often
it?
as you need to.
So you've been watering, haven't you, Dory?
I have.
Yeah, and Gigi, we can see the results, can't we?
Yeah, it's
So
beautiful.
Dory,
I
thank
knew
you.
you were coming.
So Dory,
yeah, but
thank you
I'd
so
like
much.
to just also mention that right along here, there
Yeah.
are peonies,
There are
Michael. Look
peonies,
at
yeah,
that.
I
There
know,
they are,
all in the
beautiful
Rose family
peonies.
as well.
Right along here. You have
Yeah.
a beautiful garden,
Thank you
Dory.
so much.
Thank you so much for letting us come and learn. I've learned a lot.
Yeah, I have too. It's been a wonderful show, and thank you all for watching. And check into our next show on Outside in Your Garden. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.